In this video, I'm gonna take y'all on a journey with me on my first economy Emirates flight. So this was the parking garage I had to park at. I flew out of Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. You know you have to find out what level you're on before you get to the airport. Then I took a shuttle. The shuttle lugged me and my 3 bags where I needed to go. And I was the only one on the shuttle. I think it was like 8:30 in the morning. So I liked it. I didn't have to worry about squeezing my bags between people because I have done that before. And I do mask up still when I go on flights. I know that's not everybody's thing, but for me and my house, we're gonna protect when we this close to people, you know? So at first we had to admire the beautiful women of Emirates. The way that they set these girls up, they look so good. And this is actually when I got through TSA. I actually just signed up for global entry, so it was beautiful to not have to wait in lines and all that stuff. And this is me going down with my luggage that I have as a carry-on. I had 2 free checked bags that were 60 pounds each. Of course, there's Welcome to Dulles. And now I'm waiting for the train to get to my next location. Once I get there, you can see all the international countries they have the flags for. And there goes the Emirates ladies. Look at them. They walk in unison. It's just a certain level of like prestige, and I feel like excellence that Emirates has, and you can tell how the women walk. Next, I went into the gift shop, and you can see they had some interesting paraphernalia in there. But I ended up getting some snacks, some healthy, sweet and salty, like trail mix snacks to hold me over until I got on the plane. But I actually was surprised because I had a whole lot of food that I did not need those snacks for. But nonetheless, this is me entering the plane. I was in the way back. I feel like I was in aisle 74. So for me, honestly, when I'm going on a long flight like this, I really don't care what aisle I'm on because at the end of the day, like, we all going to the same place, and I don't have a layover, so I didn't have to worry about having to run off the flight once I get there. So I just didn't really care about this long road I had to take to the back. But nonetheless, this is just like the aisles for economy class. The business class is actually on a whole nother side. They have a whole nother interest for first class and business class. And I actually have a video coming soon within the week of my business class experience because I did invest in business class on the way back. This ticket was a little under 2,000, and the business class on the back was a little bit around 4. So it was not a cheap flight at all, whether you're economy or business, to have a straight flight coming, you know, from the US to Dubai. But for me, it was worth it. It was a business expense because this was for an educational trip, so it's cool. This is my aisle, the 3 seats. I'm sitting at the one closest to the aisle and not to the window. And I loved the fact that they already came with pillows and blankets. They also had headphones, and they also had some other goodies that they gave us. But the blankets were pretty fleece. They weren't really thick, but they were a little comfortable. And I had my book, of course, You Can Heal Your Life by Lewis Hay, I got from my mom. And, you know, they had TVs, remote controls you could pop out to kind of control what's on the TV, which I didn't really get because, I mean, I can touch the TV that's right there, but it was cute, you know. It's just the optics, if you ask me. So, nonetheless, and of course, before we take off, they had to do the video going over how to keep yourself safe in case of, you know, rough landing. And we also, you know, I talked about the fleece bag, but I'm taking it apart just so y'all can see, like, you know, the feel and the size of the bag. It was very fluffy. Like, it reminded me of like a nice, really high-end fleece coat. It wasn't that thick, but it still did what it was supposed to do. It was a little cozy. If you're a cold-body person, you might need more than this, but it did the job for me. And if you can see this guy's chair moving in the front, he ended up moving so much that I had to ask to move my seat. And it worked out because no one else actually ended up being in my row. So I was able to get these 3 chairs to myself and just spread across it like it was a bed. It wasn't extremely comfortable, but did the job. And then these are the headphones I got from Emirates. And then this is the bag of goodies that they gave us for the flight, which I thought was very thoughtful and considerate because it just had a little bit of everything that you might need while you're on the plane. Of course, this was a little hard to open, so I had to get aggressive and pop it open. But we got the job done. And it was a fun surprise to see the little things they had in there. So they had some eye covers to make sure the light doesn't mess you up because we were leaving in the morning. They gave us some socks. They were pretty lightweight, thin, little cozy socks. And they also gave us ear plugs. So, just in case you're a sensitive sleeper and you hear everything, that would be a good thing to have for you. And what else did they have in this bag? A toothbrush. They gave us some toothbrush because you know if you sleep and your breath might get a little tart. So you got a toothbrush. They also gave some toothpaste. I think that was toothpaste. It actually might have been some lip stuff. No, that's the toothpaste. So yeah, they gave you some toothpaste to go with your toothbrush, and then I guess you say a bookmark for if you are reading your book, so you remember what page you're on. I still be folding the pages like I don't have a bookmark, but you know, it was cute to have those things that were given to us for this nice little economical, I guess you can say, economy flight. And then of course I wanted to show y'all this big gap they had between the wall and the seats. I found it hard to lean over to the right like I normally do because of that gap. But you know, if you're not someone who's pressed about those kind of things, it doesn't matter. But I did like how they had the camera so you can see the plane taking off and what it looked like from different angles. Like you can look at it out the window, but then they also put it on the screen so you can see the flight take off on the screen. So I thought that was pretty cool for the people who don't have a window seat to see the view. I thought it was kind of high tech, so shout out to them for that cool feature. And then this was the menu, what we all been waiting for, the food. And they had some nice light bites. They had some drinks, and everything was like a 3-course meal. Honestly, I feel like it was a 4-course meal because this one had bread, it had little snacks, it had coleslaw, it had like a dessert pudding, it had a granola bar, it had water, and it was probably like 6 courses now I think about it. And this was like a paneer. I don't know if you've ever had like sag paneer. It's like an Indian dish. It's spinach driven. So it had spinach, potatoes, cashews. It was a little spicy because I'm a punk, but it was really good. I definitely enjoyed it. I wasn't mad. And this pudding took the cake, I'll tell you. It looked awkward. It looked like just caramel with white stuff, but there's a little bit of a crunchy, like almost like bottom of a pie crust to it, and it was so good. As you can see, I killed it. And then this is what they brought around for a snack for lunch. It was a pizza. Yes, I had my lactate pills because, you know, I cannot be doing all that dairy. My hands started to feel a little crazy, I think, from being up in the air, but, you know, I survived. It was awkward. I don't even know why I showed this to y'all, but I made it through. I had these really cool honey straws I got from one of my clients that was really helpful with traveling and wanting to have honey for my tea. So, highly recommend getting those if you're a traveler who loves honey because it's a lot less messy than the other packets and having a big jar of honey with you because you can just squeeze it out of the straw very simply and easily. But yeah, this was my third, I guess you could say, meal that was breakfast served last, which I thought was interesting because we started off in the morning. But anywho, it was chicken sausage, egg, cheese, it had mushrooms. I didn't eat the chicken sausage, but the hash and the mushrooms were seasoned to perfection. And then after you were done eating, they gave you a warm towel, which I appreciated. And then we landed, y'all. We made it to Dubai. The view landing was phenomenal. I was so happy to see it. And yeah, we left at like 8 in the morning and we arrived at Dubai at like 8 in the morning. So it was a little interesting. Actually, we left Dulles at 10:30, but nonetheless, to leave in the morning and to arrive in the morning was definitely something a little challenging. So I had to make sure I got my sleep. It was 76 degrees there at a high. When I left, it was 20 degrees in DC. So I was very thankful for the change in weather. And yeah, we arrived. So I'm going to be doing another follow-up video to show y'all what happened when I arrived to my hotel and everything I did on my first day there. So just stay tuned. Thanks for watching.